They say parents don't ask for much, just your time. But time is what we always promise to give later, and later is the most expensive word in the world. Ethan was the kind of man everyone said was doing well in life. A stable job, a good apartment, a busy calendar. His days started before sunrise and ended long after midnight. He was always chasing something: deadlines, success, approval. Every morning, his mom would wait by the kitchen door and say softly, "Eat something before you go." And he'd always answer the same way, "Can't now. Mom, I'm late." His dad would glance up from his chair, smile, and say, "Drive safe, son." Ethan would nod, already halfway out the door. He thought he had time. He thought love could wait. But success couldn't. One night, during a late meeting, his phone buzzed. It was home. He ignored it. The next call came a few minutes later. Then again. Finally he picked up, frustrated. It wasn't his mother. It was a neighbor, and her voice was shaking. "Your dad collapsed. We're taking him to the hospital." Ethan ran like he never had before. Through red lights, empty streets, praying that somehow he'd make it. Every second felt like a punishment. Every heartbeat louder than the engine. But when he reached the hospital, it was too late. His father was gone. His mother sat there in silence, with swollen eyes, and with trembling voice she said, "He was waiting for you. He just wanted to know if you had eaten." And in that moment, something inside him broke. All the meetings, all the promotions, all that'll come later. None of it meant anything anymore. Days passed like blurred pages. The house that once felt alive was now too quiet. His father's shoes still sat by the door, clean, polished, waiting. His mother never moved them. And every time Ethan came home, those shoes reminded him of everything he'd missed: the dinners, the walks, the conversations he'd postponed for tomorrow. But tomorrow never came. One morning, as he packed his bag for work again, his mother stood there, holding a plate. "Eat something before you go," she said softly. He looked at her, really looked this time. Her hands were shaking. Her smile was smaller, and for the first time, he didn't say later. He sat down. He ate quietly, slowly. Not because the food was different, but because he finally understood who it was made by. He realized all those years, his parents weren't just feeding his stomach, they were feeding his heart. After that day, Ethan changed. He still worked, still had goals, but he made time to call home. Sometimes his mother would talk about the smallest things: the new cat next door, the weather, the flowers outside. And sometimes she'd say nothing at all. He'd just listened. Because now, he knew that silence is also love. Years later, when his mother grew weak, he stayed by her side through every hospital visit. He read her stories, fed her soup, helped her walk. One night, she smiled faintly and said, "You've become just like him." She closed her eyes that night and never woke up, peaceful, like someone who had been waiting for the right goodbye. At her funeral, Ethan placed his parents' shoes side by the door. He whispered quietly, "You both waited for me, but I'll never make you wait again." And from that day on, every time he left home, he looked back once before closing the door. Because he knew now, no matter how far he goes, he must always find his way back. Parents don't need your money. They don't care about your titles, your cars, or your achievements. They just want your presence. They want to hear your voice, see your face, feel that you still care. Their love doesn't fade, but their time does. And when they're gone, you realize the real luxury in life wasn't success. It was the chance to have breakfast with your mom and a quiet goodbye from your dad. So if your phone lights up today and it says "Mom calling," don't wait for later. Because sometimes, later never rings again.